I'm Shalof, and today I'm the face of America. I don't think you can understand homelessness until you've experienced it. That said, I think people have a lot of misperceptions about homelessness. When we think of homelessness, I think most of us tend to think of people who are on the streets. And today in New York City, the unsheltered homeless population is approximately 4,000. I think the official number is 3,675. The number of people who are homeless in New York City is closer to 80,000. It's just that the vast majority are sheltered, living in mostly New York City municipal shelters. And we tend not to think of them as working people in families, but that's overwhelmingly who homeless people are. And many of them were stably housed, and just an economic change, a rise in rent, the loss of a job, something just tipped the balance, and that left them homeless. My name is Shalof. I'm the executive director of the Neighborhood Coalition for Shelter, which is an organization that provides housing and supportive services for people who are homeless or highly at risk of homelessness. At Neighborhood Coalition for Shelter, we were founded as a community response to homelessness. We were founded in the early 80s on the Upper East Side by faith and community leaders in that neighborhood who saw the problem of homelessness in their midst and did something to address it. And to this day, we remain very much a model of a community response. We are located on the Upper East Side, which surprises many people that we are embraced by the community there, but indeed we are. And I think much can be done in other communities to educate people about who homeless people really are, what their needs are, and that they're your neighbors, that they can be sleeping on the street, they can be living in a shelter, but ideally they should be living in a residence in your community. And to the extent that they need assistance and support, community-based organizations, faith organizations, community residents can lend that support. One of our mottos is neighbors should help neighbors. And I think if we engage more of city residents and more communities in thinking that way, that will help to remove the stigma. As also will education about, as I said before, just who are the homeless. And that what people think of as, perhaps a panhandler in a store doorway is not representative of the homeless population in the city and the scale of the problem. I think the arts program is terrific because, first of all, it's an outlet for people. It's a form of recreation and escape that allows people who may be in difficult circumstances to do something that they enjoy. But more than that, it's a form of engagement and self-expression. So it can allow people to release feelings they may have, express it through the arts. It also is a way of engaging people who might not otherwise be engaged. We have an arts therapist who leads that program, and she is able to connect with people through her skills and through the arts. And sometimes we may have somebody who is reluctant to seek services in our residential programs, as through most programs in the city and even around the country. People are not required to access services in order to live in the supportive housing. Services are optional, but many people could benefit from services, mental health services, vocational services. The arts program sometimes is a first step to connecting with somebody who then may become more comfortable interacting with a service provider and accept other services. And then finally, I would say that the arts are a way to engage the broader community with understanding who homeless people are, with seeing that we have creative, talented people who happen to be without a permanent home at this point. At NCS, we've always been innovative. We've been pioneering. We were one of the first organizations to establish a permanent supportive residence for chronically homeless people. That was back in 1985. Much more recently, we were pioneers in establishing housing for young adults who are homeless or have aged out of foster care. Our research also led us to establish a groundbreaking substance use clinic specifically focused on people who are homeless and battling addiction, combined often with mental health issues. Today, we want to continue to encourage innovation and engage a next generation of people in thinking about creative solutions to homelessness. And for this reason, we've launched an initiative. It's the signature initiative of our Next Gen Committee of Rising Leaders of NCS, and it's the Next Gen Innovation Award. And it is targeted for a young professional, a graduate student, or any emerging leader who has an idea about a creative approach to the challenges of homelessness. It can come from any field, so social work, architecture, public policy, law, medicine, anything, as long as the applicant can connect it to a potential solution to homelessness. And our goal is really to spur a next generation of people becoming engaged with the problem, understanding the problem, and thinking creatively about how to address it. Anyone who wants to apply can find information on our website, ncsinc.org.